Respect your fellow human being. Treat them fairly. Disagree with them honestly. Enjoy their friendship. Explore your thoughts about one another candidly. Work together for a common goal and help one another achieve it. Bill Bradley. A huge mystery that is very outspoken today in this modern world is what is wrong with the common man today. Now today, there's just so many opposing sides to this subject matter in today's society. In every single way though, they all strain off of each other. And they all meet together to achieve one goal. To help the common man be the common man. But today I would say it's quite extreme. A lot of tugging and pulling on each opposing side. And I wouldn't say it's because of what's going on in the world and how traumatic it is. Because this day and age, it's not as traumatic as it was when we were at World Wars, the Great Depressions, nothing compared to it today. Because how advanced our society is. We are tapping more deep into our emotional selves though. A lot more than we have done in our past. In the past it was more of a physical than an emotional than it is today. And the thing with those guys is we're a lot more physical than emotional. So what does that create? It creates paranoia. It creates somewhat of insanity. It creates anxiety. Because back then when men went through hard physical times, they knew exactly how to deal with it. During those times, those hard physical times, men really became men. They used their full potential, their physicalness. And then you have it today where people are tapping too much into an emotional state, abusing people emotionally, making people go crazy, making people go insane. It's making people very anxious and very confused. But it's a lot more easier for us to overcome. That's why I'm not worried about the modern man today. That's why I speak about the way I speak about. Everything will work out in the end. Life is a smooth path for us men, and that's how we naturally paved it. Because a lot of people are seeing it today in society is we're getting to a point where we are blocking out the noise. In the way I'm viewing it, what's going on is called the arrow effect. Now, the arrow effect. It starts off with you. You are the arrow. And what do you use to shoot an arrow out of? You use a bow, you line it right up in the middle, and then you force it back to shoot it nice and precise down the middle, right at your target. And then you let go, and it shoots off to its target. Forward, nothing stopping it. Very precise, very calculated, very accurate. So you are the arrow, helping the modern man become the modern man again. There's a lot of opposing sides, and they're tugging and pulling on each direction aggressively. They want you to read into their information, and they're very persuasive in the way they talk to make it seem like that their way is the only way that can help you out of the hole. And added into that, you have the most progressive side. You need to be thinking this way. You cannot be offended by that, this, whatnot. We need to shape you into this. And then you get that tugging pulling effect of, no, you don't need to do that. Why would you do that? It's insane. Don't do that. Why would you do that? That part there's You know what I mean? Why wouldn't a situation like this make someone anxious? Why wouldn't it? Block out that noise. So anyways, as that's all going on, it's very common to see as a whole, looking at it all together, that people are getting stressed down with this information. There's a reason why people are bombardedly pushing this information, because we need to push the society of the modern man forward. Now, not a lot of opposing sides think this is the way, but this is naturally happening because of how aggressive they're pushing their rhetoric towards, of how we need to act, and how we're falling behind, and how we're screwed. So how do you shoot an arrow? You put it in the bow, pull back on the bowstring, causing stress in the bowstring, pushing the arrow backwards. Now that bowstring represents the stress coming about from each direction of every opposing side with their rhetoric. And again, you're the arrow being pushed back from it, kind of being cornered into it. You don't really know which direction to believe. All you know is you're kind of being cornered into, every opposing side is coming at you, but you want to find a way out. So you're going to be cornered so you can see a middle path that is pristine, accurate, that you can just be launched forward into satisfaction. And to a point today that there's so many opposing sides that are just bombarding with their information relentlessly that it doesn't create a separation of each side, that you can't see the thin line between each other. They're kind of mashed into each other, and as they're stressing into an individual, they need to believe this or this is going to happen, fear-mongering, it creates a wormhole, and that individual becomes stuck inside of a wormhole. You're the arrow. You're being stressed back by the bowstring, and you're being sucked inside of a wormhole. And the only way to go through a wormhole is to go right through it, accurately, like an arrow. And that's exactly where I think the modern man is going today. All information in our lifetime is not a bad thing. Bad or good, you learn something from it. So it's a good thing there's so many opposing sides. There's a good thing that there's so many different content out there for every side. Everyone has their own opinion of what's right, what's correct, building off of each other, smashing heads with each other, creating this wormhole, pushing an individual to launch forward to prosperity. It's a good sign. I know something good is going to happen because of this. Of course I know, I can't tell the future. Anything could happen. Be optimistic, of course. It's a great thing though that this is happening, because as you're taking all that information and whatnot, taking everything into account, being sucked down into that wormhole, and then you can easily see what exactly is need to be done implemented with all the information into a whole to launch forward to prosperity. And that's the message I'm putting out here on this channel, because sooner or later it is going to happen. There really never is a correct side. You may agree more with one side opposed to the other more, but on that opposing side there's still some information that you agree with. That's why the arrow effect is so appropriate in this situation. When you shoot an arrow, you want to take everything into the hole, down in the middle, get an accurate shot straight down the middle towards your target. If you're leaning your arrow towards on more sides than another, it's not going to shoot correctly, it's going to fall flat, and you're going to have to realign your shot. And you can test this out too. Try basing all your beliefs on one certain practice in this realm of helping the modern man today, and just see that not all of their practices make most sense, especially the most aggressive ones, the ones that almost seem like they want to brainwash you. And then obviously I'm not the only person that gives out this message, and you find those people that help even out that more of an accurate shot. You take all the information as a whole, you learn from it, you line up your shot, and you accurately shoot it forward. And guys, just like how you're the arrow, arrows are meant to be shot, why don't you shoot that subscribe button below and email me. Let's do a free coaching session, link below. Thank you. You guys are gonna have a great day.